So here's one of the players that's on my team. And as you can see, he's been struggling with outside pitches and off-speed pitches as well. And you'll see right now why that is happening. So as you can see, he gets ready. And look how he transfers all his weight onto his front foot. And he starts to collapse with his backside. And then that allows him, or that forces him to push all that weight forward. And that's why he gets fooled on these off-speed pitches. Now, this happened for a while, and we had to work on it. So I'm going to share with you the things that we did to get him to, basically get back on track and start hitting these sliders and pitches that are outside. But let me show you another video of him. So here's another video of him. And as you can see, look how all the weight starts shifting onto his front foot. Shift, 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 and he has nothing left on his backside, and everything's pushing forward. And look at his front hip. Look how his front hip starts to go away from the ball. It starts rotating away, and it's not that he doesn't have that stiff front side that's going to allow him to stay on this pitch. That's why everything's pulling off, and all he could do is just swing through. So now let's look at what he looks like now and how he's hitting off-speed pitches. So as you guys can see, that he stiffens that front leg out. Look how it stiffens out and allows him to stay on that pitch. And that front hip, it stays in there longer than it was before. And he's working inside his body to get to the baseball. Now, I will say that the curveballs that he was swinging at were probably not pitches that you should be swinging at as a hitter. So that's another thing too, the curveballs and sliders. You want to hit the all-speed pitches that are mistakes. And some of those pitches he was swinging at were not mistakes. But his mechanics were off, and that was the reason why he was swinging at those pitches. Now let's look at another swing, just to give you another idea of his good swings and all the things we were working on. So here we are. And as you can see, look how he keeps his weight back, and that front foot stiffens out, and then he goes right direct to the ball and stays through it. And he's balanced that entire time. Welcome back to my channel. I'm former Major League Baseball player Jermaine Curtis, and today what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you 3 drills that you can do by yourself to help yourself get back on track, especially if that front hip is opening and you're maybe collapsing on your front side or hard on that front foot so that you're starting to go like this. And then that causes that front shoulder to open up, and then you're hitting a lot of ground balls. If you're doing this, here's the thing that I did with the player that you've seen in the intro or that you see right now to help him to start driving the baseball, hitting to the opposite field, hitting those sliders, hitting doubles, hitting more home runs, and being the player that he's meant to be. So I'm going to share with you what we did. Well, the first thing that we did was, and this is just my honest opinion, I believe to hit the outside pitch, you need to hit the inside pitch correctly. And what does that mean? Well, if your front hip goes this way when you hit the inside pitch, then you're going to roll over, right? You want your front hip to be closed, and you want to be strong with your front side, and you want to get through the baseball so you can hit it out front and drive it to your pull side and hit a home run, or hit a double, or just hit a line drive the right way where it has true backspin down the line and it doesn't top spin, right? So that's what we want in our swing. How do we do that? Well, the first thing we did was I had him put the tee inside right here, just like this, and get close to the tee. I had him also choke up to halfway right here. And what you're going to do is, maybe this is a little too close, so what we're going to do is right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to be here and we're going to hit this ball back up the middle. So you really got to fight your body to stay in here, fight it to stay in here and keep this front side strong and this hip strong, and then fight and stay up the middle. Now, if this front hip goes this way, you're going to roll this ball over. So you really want to fight in here and keep this true and drive it back up the middle. Let me show you from this angle. So what we're going to do is be about right here, okay? Right here, we're going to get a little closer to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to choke up
probably choke up about this much right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get ready, we're gonna get close, and we're gonna fight our body. We're gonna try to keep the bat inside here. We're not gonna try to open up. We're gonna keep it in here, fight, and hit a line drive right up the middle, right? If this front hip goes this way, then it's gonna roll over. Now, I have no problem with the front hip and everything rotating after contact, okay? It's just before, that's what's causing the ground balls. And we don't want to do that. And that's what's going on with the swing that you seen earlier. That front hip was pulling out. He was hard on his front foot, shifting too much weight on the front foot, and that front side was not being strong to allow him to get his hands inside of his body and hit it the way it's supposed to be going. When you do it right, you start driving this pitch away, because if this pitch is inside, and again, you go this way, there's no way you're gonna hit that pitch away. And that's what he was doing. And you'll see it in a few videos right here. Any slider or any fastball away over here, he was struggling with it. So we had to get that front hip closed. And that's the first drill we did. We got a little closer to the ball, right here, just like this. And we, maybe right here. And you got ready like he was hitting, and he stayed in there, got this firm, tight, and drove this up the middle. You see how this front is just stayed in there? It's not going that way. It's staying in there, locked. See how that locked up? And it allows me to get through and hit a line drive up the middle. So we're basically taking a fastball that is inside and driving up the middle. Now, if, you know, earlier I said that the right way to hit an inside pitch. Well, that same swing is how you hit the inside pitch. You just want to hit it a little bit further out front. That's it. So it's the same swing, you're just catching it further out front, right? It's not pulling this way where you're rotating and that front hip comes out, because then you're going to come around the ball. No, that posture's in the same position and you're working back up the middle. And that's why you're going to have the right mechanics to hit that inside pitch and stay on that outside pitch. Okay, so that was the first drill we did. The second drill we did, we literally put a brick right here that blocks his foot. So let me give you an example. Now, I know this is not a brick, it's my camera bag, his closest thing to me. But basically, after stride, so he was in his bandstand, and after stride, he would basically be right next to the brick or something that would stay there. You know, you could put a bucket of balls right there. And what that helped him to do was keep this firm as he started to rotate and stay through the ball, right? We want to be in this position. Now, again, I don't care about a guy spinning off, but after, you see guys at the MLB level, after they hit a ball, they're here, right here, they're like this. And then as they keep going, now their foot is coming off the ground or rolling over, but it's after the point of contact and you're getting through the baseball. But we just want him to feel that feeling of here and locking it in a firm front side and getting to the ball. Okay, so that was drill number 2. Just putting something there to stop him from rotating and getting that hip to rotate out. Just stay right in that position so that he can feel what he needs to, and he has a strong base so he can hit that inside pitch and hit that pitch away. The third thing we did was we worked on pitches that were away, and we worked on pitches that were low and away, right? Or like a little bit lower, because that forced him to really stay in there, right? If this pitch was middle, he could catch it, and you know, and you're hitting off the tee. Sometimes when you're hitting off the tee, you could get away with a lot of things that you probably wouldn't do with normal pitches. So we focused on him backing it up and getting here and getting on plane and driving that pitch to the opposite field. So we worked on that off the tee, and we also did that with front flips And going back to the first drill where I was talking about the inside pitch, we also did that on front flips as well. So front toss, I'll front toss him the ball, and he would do that same thing where, you know, he was choked up here, got closer to the plate, and I would throw it inside, and he would try to stay and keep everything up the middle. Had to really work in here to keep everything in rather than pulling off, okay? So that was the third drill we did, okay? And since you watched up into this point, we're gonna do a fourth drill. The fourth drill is, we just opened up slightly during front toss and off the tee as well. So normal batting stand right here. We just opened up here and just had him go here to get on plane and drive through it. So what did this do? Forcing you to get the ball a little bit back, right? To hit this ball, you really have to get in here. You have to keep this one firm, tight, and then we finish through it. You see how that one didn't rotate? So we're literally working to catch it a little bit farther back. And another thing you want to do is you want to work on that point of contact, and this allows you to do it. So we'll set it up middle, and right here, we just went right to the ball and drived it to the opposite field, okay? So those are the 4 drills we did to keep that front hip closed and that front shoulder from opening up, and stop him from collapsing with his lower half, so being hard on this front foot, so all his weight shifting there, we want him to stay back. That's another reason why we did this drill right here, to stay back on his back side instead of coming forward. So he got ready to hit, and then boom, right there to the ball. And then that also helped him as far as his front side to stay closed. So those are the 4 drills we did, and we also hit off the pitching machine, so definitely utilize that if you can, because that's definitely going to help you as well. If you watched up until this point, I want to thank you, and I want to give you a gift, the hitter's log right here. This book right here helped me to be the player I am, and what I'm going to do is give it to you for free. All you have to do is just pay the shipping on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to jot down the pitches you see, where'd you hit them, you're going to jot down all your at-bats, you're going to jot down your thoughts, you're going to jot it all down, you're going to use that data to help you to make better decisions as far as what type of player you are. When you know what type of player you are, then you go out there and you hunt those pitches. You'll know, hey, I need to work on this pitch that's maybe middle away, or this is my pitch up in the zone. You'll start to know what type of player you are, and you can go up there and focus on that, which is going to allow you to be more productive as a hitter. The more you know of yourself, the better you're going to be. And that's what makes players great at the highest levels. So with that being said, I'll give it to you for free. Just pay shipping on it, and link will be in the description below. I want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.